Welcome back to Island in the Box Catering. It's your girl Nicole. Alright, today's menu is going to be some chicken soup. I'm just putting on some water here to boil my peas. I'm using dry peas from the bag, and you can use any type of peas you like. You can use the canned one if you want to be quick on cooking, and I'm going to also incorporate in the peas water is a spoon of garlic. Now, if you're using the dry peas from the bag, allow your peas to cook for at least 2.5 hours. So I'm going to be using some carrots here. You could use whole big carrots, or you can use your baby carrots. Now, if you haven't followed me over there on my YouTube channel, go ahead over there at Island in the Box Catering and like, share, and subscribe. And follow me also on Instagram as well. Follow there and like previous videos, and check out the meals there as well. Try them out, let me know how you like them, and even send in a video of what you created from my page. All right, now if you also are looking for a caterer in the Massachusetts area, I'll link me up. I will be coming with the direct link, so you guys can go ahead and book and put what you like on the menu, how many people you'll be serving, so on and so forth. Just trying to make it convenient, because I always put myself in the category of the customer when I am doing business. I like to look at it from a customer's perspective. So all right, now, so you see I have my carrots here chopped up. Like I said, you can use large carrots, or you can use baby carrots for this soup, or you can use any vegetable that you like, or just simply follow this recipe right here. And I will leave that all in the down below, so you can see the steps and what's in it and how to do it. Now, I'm using one rustic potato. I'm just gonna peel that off. Make sure you get everything clean off of the potato. You can use any type of potato you like, but I'm just using one rustic potato. Kind of stay away from the starch so much, you know what I said? Yeah. All right, so I'm just gonna chop these small enough so they can cook quickly as well in the soup. In the meantime, like I said, my peas is cooking, and you'll let your peas cook for, like I said, 2.5 hours if you're using dry peas. If it's canned peas, you can incorporate everything at once in the pot. So right here I'm using a sweet potato. It's a very big piece, so I won't be using all of it. It's very hard to cut as well, but I got this. All right, just look how beautiful that is. Now, sweet potato is like one of my favorite things in my soup. I just have to have it. As a kid, my grandmother would always incorporate it in the soup, and I would always ask for extras, and especially when it comes to my dumplings as well. Love my dumplings. It's just a yard thing, you feel me? All right, so I'm not gonna chop my sweet potatoes too small, because I don't want them to boil out in the pot. I like to have them whole in my bowl when I'm eating my soup. So that's done. I'm just gonna transfer this over, because obviously when me I cook, my hand cannot cook small pot. I just don't know how. Anyways, all right, so I'm going to incorporate some whole corn. You can break them in half with your hands, or you can chop them smaller. I'm going to chop them smaller for the pot. I need to really invest in a cleaver, and I said the next time I do a video, I will have my cleaver for the right meal. Okay, so I'm going to invest in a cleaver. All right, I'm going to add one more corn, and that's done. That's chopped out of the way. Let me just clean as I go. You already know that's my kitchen rule, clean as I go. I cannot function. So I'm going to add some chocha to my pot. I got to find a proper name for this so everybody will know to find it. But you usually find this in your West Indian stores. That's where I really see it. You can even find it in the supermarket possibly, but I usually buy it from my West Indian grocery supermarkets. All right, so I'm just going to chop these in just a very medium size, not too small, because I love chocho as well. It's my kids' favorite. It's like a watery vegetable, really good, and it's also good in other dishes that I will be showing here. All right, so I'm going to also use some pumpkin. Pumpkin is a must in my soup. Kind of get a little color, because I don't use the Maggi packaging. I really don't use that. I try to avoid things that have a lot of MSG and all these chemicals and all these things. So try to be as natural. Now, you can peel the skin off if you like, or you can keep the skin on. As a kid growing up, I always seen my family members, my aunts and my mother and my grandmother, leave the skin on the pumpkin. So I'm just so used to doing it that way, but you can peel it off. So now I'm just washing all my vegetables properly. Make sure I get them properly cleansed so they can go into the pot. But I'm just going to rinse those off, strain those off, and then start on my scallion. Now, scallion is something is a must in my soup. Just have to have it in there to enhance the flavor of the soup. Just give it a nice earthy vibes. You feel me? Yeah. So I'm just gonna crush them a little bit before I chop them. Kind of bring out the flavor. Once I chop those up, put them in the bucket, open them up, proper, sort them out. And I like to have a lot of fresh herbs in my soup. So, you know, it can really bring out the flavor. Now I'm gonna also use some fresh thyme as well. I'm gonna rinse that off as well. And I'm going to use a whole scotch bonnet pepper. You don't want the scotch bonnet pepper to be open because it would just be too spicy and you won't be able to enjoy the soup. This pepper is just only to flavor the pot. Alright, so I also have my chicken here already cut up. So I'm gonna start making my dumplings. I'm gonna use like a cup and a quarter of flour and some cornmeal. Cornmeal is optional, you don't have to. And like a dash of salt. Just a dash, like quarter of a teaspoon of salt and some water. And I'm gonna mix that all around until everything comes together, and then I'm going to knead my flour. So you wanna make sure you mix everything up, get everything in one, and then it doesn't stick. Now if it is still sticky, you want to add some more flour until you can get everything in one. Alright, so knead that flour very well, get everything in, get the cornmeal in, everything, all the flour. If it's still sticky, just add a little bit more flour to the side, mix it in, and just knead that in properly. Now use all your strength, all your might. Come, I like my dumpling them firm. I love my dumpling them tight. You know, just like the military. Yeah. Alright, so let's check out my peas. Not quite there yet, so I'm going to add some more water. They're not soft enough for me, so I'm just going to add the rest of this water, let it boil, and then let it sit there for another 45 minutes. So that's done. I'm going to add my chicken. I'm using a whole Cornish hen chicken. Small, you know, neat little chicken, or you can use any chicken part you like. You can use the breast, the legs, whatever you like. I like to use a whole Cornish hen. Now I'm going to be making my own noodles. I don't like to use the pack ones. So I'm just breaking up some thin spaghetti in the pot. Break it up as small as possible, or however you choose. I'm going to add a few more because I want it to be full. Now you see how big this pot is already looking, and I didn't even incorporate the vegetables yet. I tell you some I can't cook small pot. I love to feed people. So I'm going to use some Goya unsalted seasoning here. I'm going to also use some black pepper, just a little bit in there. And I'm also going to use some allspice, which is my pimento, bring out the flavor even more. And I'm going to also use my chicken bouillon and just season up the pot with that. Yeah. Now, I'm going to try to control this pot. I really am. Really going to try to control this pot. See all of them vegetables? I don't think I'm going to use all of them. So I'm going to place the pumpkins that I have in here without the skin on it. Just cut that a little bit smaller so I can't cook, because I'm going to use the ones that I peeled the skin away from, as blend it out, puree it, and put it back in the pot. But you'll see that in the video much further. So I'm just going to take out some of my carrots, incorporate that in there. I'm going to also add my corn and my chocho, everything little by little, stir up the pot. As you can see, oh my goodness, it smells good already, you see? I can't wait to dive in. Alright, you saw the pot look full already? I tell them I can't help it. I just cannot help it. So I'm going to roll my dumplings in just nice and neat, nice and dainty, just like me. Roll them in and make them just little and dainty. My kids love dumplings, so do I. So I'm just going to roll those up neatly and put them all in the pots. Once you get everything in there, all your dumplings in there, you just want to make sure that you stir everything around, and go ahead and continue to add the rest of the ingredients to the pot. And my chocho, I need to find the correct name for everybody to find this, but usually you find this in your West Indian stores, you know, Hispanic, Jamaican, Haitian, anyone. That's where I usually find them. Alright, so as you can see, I had to bag the rest of the vegetables because the pot already full. I can't. It's just a lot. So I'm just going to add a few pieces of my sweet potato right on the top, because like I said, I don't want them to mash out in the pot. I don't want them to boil out. I love my sweet potatoes whole. I'm going to add some dry thyme as well, just to give it an extra little, you know, oomph. All right, yes, look on that, Jaja. I'm going to add my fresh seasoning, excuse me, my scallion and my fresh thyme. Look at that, I saw the pot for look, I saw it for enough, yeah. And then I'm gonna put the scotch bonnet pepper on. Later on, I'm gonna add some more goya. Now this is unsalted, okay, it's just more seasonings, right? Dried seasonings in a bottle. And then I'm gonna add like about a spoon of butter in my soup. See how that a bubble? Bubble it a bubble, bubble it a bubble, bubble it a bubble. Yes. So I'm gonna let that down. Put some parsley in my pot as well. Love the dry herbs. And I'm going to just take out this potato. I'm gonna take out this pumpkin that I peeled with a few bits of carrots. And I'm going to blend those out, puree it, as you can see here, and then I'm going to incorporate it back into the soup. That's my way of making my pumpkin puree, just to give the soup some color. And add some of the soup water to that. Now you can use your Maggi package that come with the pumpkin flavor already. You don't have to do it this way, but for me, I prefer to do it this way. When you learn a lot of things about certain foods, you kind of take things out of your diet one by one. I'm not all there yet, but when you have knowledge about certain things, you just do it the right way. All right, so stir that in. You see that puree looking color? Yes, give the soup a nice color, nice vibes. I'm going to add some more soup water in here and just shake out the rest of the puree I have in here, because we don't waste nothing around here, so we don't waste nothing around here, so too blessed, so waste nothing. Cover that down, let the soup cook. Okay, once the chicken is cooked really and the dumplings are cooked, and then we're just gonna put my scotch bonnet right on top. Smell good, as it. All right, that's done. Soup is complete. And once that's done, it's time to dish this out. Look at that. Look on that pot there. Yes. All right, let me just remove the pepper, because I would dig down into the soup and bust that pepper there. And that now nice. All right, so I'm just going to dish out my dumpling. About two of them. That will hold me. Few pieces of my corn. My kids are lurking. You want to see, I wish I had them on video so you can see how they just surround me like little sharks. Lurking for the soup. Alright, I saw it go when you have good food. Just removing the dry stems here. Alright, put out some chocho in my pot, in my plate. Few pieces of carrots. What else is missing? Did I grab everything? Let me just double check. Let me get some peas and noodles going in here. Alright, trying to get the thyme out of the way. Look at that full on heart. You know, again, if you guys are looking for a caterer in the Massachusetts area, oh yeah, I can't forget to put the pumpkin. Please link me up. All that information is there. There you have it, my beautiful, beautiful people. There you go. A nice bowl of chicken soup. Don't forget to link me up. All right? Love and light. Bye.